What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Leafs Chatter. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas or a nice holiday. Talking about the Leafs today, I didn't get to make a video. I know I told you guys I was going to make a video on Christmas Eve, but shit just got busy, so I couldn't make it. So I'm just going to make a quick one now about the Leafs' 6-3 win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So just getting right into it. It was a game that the Leafs needed to win. We just fired our assistant coach, Mark Savard, who's in charge of the power play. Now, just to get out of the way, power play was no good in this one. I thought we generated more chances, but still it was 0 for 2. So it wasn't good. We still need to improve that, but I didn't think it was just going to magically get better. So we'll see how it goes. It sounds like Lalonde is leading the power play, so we'll see how that goes. But Berube also mentioned it's more of like a team effort, so everyone's chipping in. We'll see how that ends up going. But going into the game, Willie's been a little bit slow. He ended the game with 4 points. Guy was a +2 tonight. He played. I thought he played solid. Only 3 shots, but he was playing pretty good. Going through everybody here, Domi had a great game, a goal and an assist. Something that we desperately needed out of him. He finished the game as a +1. Nyes, he got 1 assist. I feel like he's got to start scoring more, but I thought overall, especially being on the third line because he got demoted, I thought he played okay. He was finishing his checks. He only finished the game with 2 hits, but I mean, overall, not bad. He was a 0, so he finished even. Stevie Lorentz with a big goal. I thought that fourth line was pretty good tonight. It's usually always good. They have Joshua down there now, but now I'm starting to see that the third line is kind of lacking a bit, like just a little bit. But overall, I think it was okay. Like I think Waugh plays better with Joshua on that line because him and Robertson finished the game as -1s. So, I mean, I think there needs to be a change either in personnel where we have to trade a guy to bring somebody in, just to solidify our depth. We do desperately need a top 6 winger. So if we can get a top 6 winger, that can push some guys back down, and that'll ultimately increase the depth of our team. So I thought the first line was okay tonight. Actually, I think Willie was on the first line with Matthews, but I mean, the second line with Johnny T, Willie just carried that, pretty much carried the game, to be honest. He got 4 points. But I thought the second line was okay. Third line wasn't my favorite, but it's changed up. You take Dakota Joshua off that line, it makes a difference. I do like the fourth line, though, with Joshua, Lawton, and Lorentz. Like, that's a big, gritty fourth line. This is what I've been saying, to have a line like that. But the thing is, you don't need Dakota Joshua there. Like I said, you can call up Michael Pezzetta. He can just solidify the checking role on that line, and then maybe that gives you the opportunity to bring Waugh down. You could put Waugh on the fourth line, and then you could have a fourth line checking role, a line of Pezzetta, Waugh, Lorentz, and then you could have a third line of Lawton, Joshua, McMahon, something like that. I think that'd be the change that I would make. But I thought overall played pretty good though. The team got some big goals. Michelli got a lucky bounce. Sometimes you need those lucky bounces. We haven't been getting those, but I think Michelli's been playing a lot better recently. I do believe they're showcasing him. I don't believe they're playing him so that he has a full-time job on the lineup. I feel like they're showcasing him at the moment. Also, it's either him or fucking Yarncroke. So, I mean, I'd rather have Michelli than Yarncroke. But, yeah, no, I think Michelli can definitely get you something. If he continues to play like this, he'll definitely be on the move. Yarncroke, I feel like we should just waive him. I don't think anyone's going to give us anything for him. If they're offering like a 6th round pick, excuse me, if they're offering like a 6th or 5th round pick, I'd take that. Fuck it, who cares? But yeah, I definitely get off of him. Bobby McMahon, I thought, had a good game. He finished the game with... He's been a little bit softer. He only had 1 hit tonight. Joshua had 4. Scotty T. Lawton, he had 2. He finished a +1, no points, but I liked everything that he was doing, generating chances. I thought he was playing good. Basically, the game outside the game. He's getting good body position. He wins his puck battles. He's really good for that. I thought Matthews had a terrible game. Robertson had an off game, and so did Waugh. So those are probably your three shitters for tonight is Matthews, Robertson, and Waugh. Matthews has to wake up. Otherwise, I'm totally open to trading him. It's we don't need him if he's going to be playing like this, in my opinion. Like, he's not playing that good. And, like, he's honestly at this point a waste of a roster spot. I know he does everything. He's a 200-foot player, but he still finished the game. Like, he was a 0, I guess, so he just finished even, but I don't know. He's better wake up, or otherwise we're in trouble, because we need him to perform. He's a top player. He takes up $13.25 million of our cap space. You have to do something, right? So, apart from that, going into the defense, I thought OEL finally had a good game. He went on a stretch of having some shitters after being really good. He finished off with 1 point, 1 assist, and he finished a +1 with 3 hits. Solid. Philippe Myers finished with an assist. He finished with a 0. He was on the ice for a goal. 2 hits. I thought Philippe Myers had a decent game. I don't get me wrong. I think he's garbage. I thought Benoit should have been in instead of him, but he's been garbage this year. But tonight he didn't play bad. Jake McCabe played amazing. No points, but he had 2 blocks, and he was a +5. So that says a lot. Jake McCabe played good. Even Tanny finished as a +1. He didn't really do much. Like, he had pretty much zeros across the board, apart from he had 2 blocks and 1 giveaway. But he's a +1. Stetcher, all zeros. When a guy does nothing and you don't notice him, that's perfect. So Stetcher, I thought, played really good. Riley still finishes as a -1. So, still garbage. I have nothing good to say about Riley. With 22 minutes of ice time, that's crazy. Overall, though, I thought very good game. Got better as the game went on. I thought at the start we're a little bit rocky. Tanev was just coming back, so he was making some bonehead plays, but he ended up getting back into the groove of things. I still think Riley has a garbage fucking. I just think he's a garbage player, to be honest. I get he's contributing offensively sometimes, but you can't just contribute offensively and do nothing defensively and be a complete liability defensively. Even if he was just mediocre, even if he was like Benoit defensively, to be honest. Even if he was like Benny, but he had obviously his offensive touch, that'd be good enough. That'd be good enough. It's basically like Darnell Nurse, except making a little bit less money. Because Darnell Nurse, I don't think is a very good defenseman. He does play physical, which I like, more physical than Riley. But apart from that, he's not a very good defenseman, in my opinion. But he can produce offensively. Like, he can score. So, if Riley had just a little bit of, like, any ounce of physicality in his game, he'd be better. But he doesn't, so that's why he's shit. Anyways, though. So the Leafs play on Saturday against not the Oilers, the Ottawa Senators. That'll be a crazy game. I'm looking forward to that. It's a Battle of Ontario, so it's going to be a kick-ass game. We'll see how we go into that one. Again, I'm going to just say it. I'd call up Pez for that game just because they got some big bruisers. They got like McDermott. They got Kachuk. They got not really. Greg's not a bruiser. He can't even fight, in my opinion. Even though he beat up Pasternak, but it's Pasternak, so Paster's not tough. I feel like you call him up, but they probably don't because they're stupid. But I think he should be in the lineup, especially for that game. Like, that's gonna be a chippy, physical game. But we'll see what happens. I think I want to say that we'll win this game. I think we're gonna go on a little bit of a stretch here, maybe like a good 3-4 game winning streak. But it's gonna be hard. Oilers are. Oh, I keep saying the Oilers. I'm fucking losing it here, guys. Ottawa's going to be solid. They've been playing pretty good hockey, so we have to be ready for that. And they have Brady back. So Brady's a force to be reckoned with. I'm looking forward to see how they play, how they show up to that game. I would like to hope with a lot of energy. It's the Battle of fucking Ontario. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over. I still think the Leafs need to make some moves if they're actually serious about fighting for a wild card spot and making the playoffs and having some bit of a push and in being a contender. I think you have to make a move. Like I said, if you guys watched my other video about trades, if you haven't, go check it out. It's I go through some of the players that I think the Leafs should go after, and who would honestly be good fits. I'm not going through like bogus trades that are impossible to happen. These ones are very likely, in my opinion, to happen. But again, I would try and go for a Bunting, McCarron kind of deal. I think you get a bottom six guy as in McCarron. He's a big boy. He can scrap. He'll get you like whatever is 15-ish points this season, 15 to 18 points. If they don't want to call up Pez, they literally have Pez, but they don't use them. So if they do McCarron, I feel like that could solidify your fourth line. And McCarron's a center too. A lot of people forget that. So he could even play as your fourth line center if you wanted him to. He doesn't need to because you have like Waugh and Lawton. But if you ever wanted to put Lawton on the wing, you could, right? Or you could put Waugh on the wing, but I think Waugh's just better defensively. So that's probably what I would do. I mean, I don't know if McCarron gets a center spot, but he's probably going to be a winger. But if you have that opportunity now, you can do that. If you wanted to put him as your fourth line center, and then you could put Lawton on your third line, you could do that if you wanted to. So it's just like some options. But I think he's solid, and then you get a guy like Bunting, who's like whatever 50, 60 point guy, played with Austin Matthews. He's got a bit of chippiness and grit to his game. He's annoying to play against. Everyone hates Michael Bunting, so why wouldn't you get him back? And he's a Scarborough boy. He's from Toronto, so bring him home. He loved it here. I bet you he comes back and he probably pots like 20, and I bet you Matthews starts to get rolling again. He loved playing with Bunting. I think Bunting can get you like 50, 60 points. Then that's solid. He makes I think he makes like $4.5 million. So literally a little bit more than Joshua. So it's not too bad. That's what I would personally do. I think that's the move to make. Does Treliving make that move? I don't know. I hope he's not too in on Rasmus Andersson. I feel like Rasmus Andersson, he's a good player, but we're going to have to give up a good chunk to get him. And it still does nothing for our forwards. And I'd rather put money into the forward group than to the D right now, just because I feel like you need to get Matthews back on his game. You need to get him going again. And if Matthews needs to have a winger that can point produce and, give him some space, Bunting's perfect for that. So I feel like that's what you should do. Again, we'll have to see what happens, but I feel like he'd be the perfect fit. He would definitely come to play for us again. Like, he didn't hate it here. We couldn't sign him. Again, we try and get guys that we had already. The Kadris, the Buntings, those types of guys, the Hymans. Guys who can play good offensively, aren't a liability defensively, and at the same time have a little bit of chippiness and grit to their game. But we're idiots, and we get rid of those players for some odd reason. Anyways, yeah, that's what I think we should do, but we'll see what happens. Again, though, I want to make this. I want to try and make it a little bit short. I know I'm probably rambling on now, but yeah, just wanted to say Merry Christmas again. Hope you guys had a really good Christmas and just overall holiday with your friends and family. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I promise I won't make a video when the Leafs win or lose. I hope they win, obviously against Ottawa, but I'll make a video. And I'll make sure to post it. I'm sorry it took me a while to do this one. I know the game's kind of old now, but yeah, no, I'll make sure to do that. But I do have a TikTok. It's also Leafs Chatter if you wanted to check my TikTok out. They're just quick little 50 to 60 second videos if you did want to check it out. This YouTube is where all the real shit is. It's all the longer videos for whoever wants to watch it. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all I wanted to go through today. Go Leafs go. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.